Avoidance of probate. Everyone tells you you should avoid probate, but is it really that bad? Here to discuss probate and the ways to avoid it is my law partner, Michael Solomon.
Hi, Lori.
Let's start right at the very beginning.
Okay.
What is probate?
Well, probate's just the paperwork that you need to do to transfer an asset from yourself on your passing to whoever you bequeath it to. For example, you own a home and you leave it in your will to my son. You pass away. How do we retitle that property in the name of your son? That's probate. That's the process, the paperwork.
Okay, well, it doesn't sound really that bad, so why do people dread probate so much?
Well, it's time-consuming and it can be costly. For example, when you go through probate, you have to file the will, have to file some other paperwork with the probate court. You have to give notices to the beneficiaries. You have to do an inventory of assets. You have to do an appraisal. It's not so bad, but it starts adding costs because you need an attorney to do all of that typically, so that adds cost. The executor is going to charge an executor's fee. If there's real estate, you're going to have to pay for an appraisal. ARP estimates that it costs around 3% of the value of the assets to probate an estate. So, you know, it's not, that drives the cost, what I just mentioned, but also sometimes it's the complication of the will, or if there's a lot of squabbling, that starts adding to the cost.
Yeah, of course. Now, we talk about trusts on the show all the time, and I know that's one way to avoid probate, but they can be expensive. So are there other ways to avoid probate without having to have a trust set up?
Yeah, well, fortunately in Ohio, about every asset you own, you can avoid probate if you do the paperwork properly. You know, most people are familiar with joint and survivor accounts, their bank accounts, CDs, savings accounts, brokerage accounts. Joint and survivor account between a husband and wife is very easy. Husband passes away, wife takes a death certificate to the broker or the bank and moves it over to her own account. Avoids probate. I recommend that with a husband and wife, but not with children. So for example, if you have an account and you want to avoid probate and you put it in joint and survivor with your son, and your son gets a divorce or has a creditor problem, you know, that ex-wife or that creditor is going to possibly make a claim on the account, which you'll be able to prove is your money eventually, but it'll cost you time and
why
money.
get into that to begin with?
That's right. So if you want to avoid probate, name your son or your daughter, whoever, a beneficiary of your account. It's called for a bank account, it's called a POD, payable on death. A brokerage account's TOD, transfer on death. It avoids probate, but you have no risk that any claims against the beneficiary are going to be your issue.
Okay, well, that's a good tip. But we're almost out of time. Are there other ways to avoid probate as well?
Well, there are a lot. You know, retirement accounts, 401k plans, real estate, annuities, life insurance. They're all ways to avoid probate. I don't have time to talk about it today, but I'm doing a seminar with the Lineweaver Group. It's coming up shortly. It's at the Hyde Park Restaurant in Beechwood, and it's going to talk about a lot of issues like this. We have 3 experts on the panel with lots of years of experience, and you know, so it fills up fast. So if you're interested, there should be a number on the screen in a moment, and give that number a call to set up.
Because it fills up fast, right?
That's right, fills up.
You've done them in the past, and
Yes.
there's lots of people
That's
there.
Right. That's right.
All right, great information. Now, if you're concerned probate could be a problem, you should go over your estate plan, and if possible, use some of these techniques to avoid probate. For help, give Mike a call. The number's next.
Call Solomon, Steiner and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, not getting enough sleep will help you put that problem to bed. Then, we'll tell you how traditions can revitalize your relationship. And we'll reveal the role that technology can play in the estate planning area. But until then, please, remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.